Good morning. This is a very impromptu Facebook Live that I hadn't planned at all, and I was just sitting here trying to write out a post and think how to say what I wanted to say, and in the end I thought, you know what, it's easier just to hop on and say it live. So here I am with my morning cup of tea. So basically, if you watched my my live the other day, I think it was Wednesday, I came on and I chatted to you about this concept of free that I've come up with. It's occurred to me that for anyone setting out on a kind of entrepreneurial journey, setting up an online business, one of the biggest things that we struggle with is that complete sense of overwhelm, the sense of being swamped in information overload, and this kind of sense that there is so much to do, you don't know where to start, you don't know what should prioritize, and you end up kind of just doing lots of everything. And I've got to do my website, and I've got to do some blogging, and I've got to do a business plan, and I've got to do this, and I've got to do that, and you get kind of lost, and it's a surefire way to kind of feel completely inept when in fact you're probably not at all. So something that I really want to help people with, and something that I kind of want to help focus on with people, is helping people to kind of simplify the journey and to be able to break it down into these bite-sized chunks. So if you missed the video that I did on Wednesday, basically I was talking about how I've created this free model, shall we call it, which basically breaks down your journey into kind of 4 more easily manageable steps. And so the 4 steps, I won't go into a massive amount of detail. For more detail, go and check out the video I did on Wednesday, but essentially the 4 steps spell out the word free, and they are foundations. So really kind of focusing on what your business is for, and getting really clear on what you're there to do, who you're there to serve, getting a business plan in place, setting goals, and all of that kind of stuff. The second step is reach, and so that's when, once you've got those foundations in place, you want to start expanding your reach and basically letting people know that you exist. So that's when you start focusing on your online visibility. So you start doing things like blogging, perhaps podcasting, Facebook Lives, and all of that kind of stuff, to basically to let people know that you're out there, to let people know your message, and so on. Then you've got engagement, and so that's where you start to kind of deepen that relationship, so people know who you are now. Now you need to kind of build that trust, build credibility, get that sense of community going, and all the stuff that helps people to really start to trust you. And that's what's needed in order for them to buy from you, which leads me to the 4th letter, E again, which is for earnings, because of course without earnings you don't really have a business. You need to actually be selling something. So in the earnings stage, that's when you are looking at, you know, what is it you're selling, what is the product and service, how are you going to sell it, what activities are you doing that are actually going to make you sales, because it can be very easy to focus on the safe stuff, the fun stuff, like blogging and, you know, doing Facebook Lives and all of that, but actually while that may indirectly help you make sales, it's not directly helping you make money, and so you need to put in there the perhaps more uncomfortable, out of your comfort zone stuff that is actually going to get you sales and revenue and earnings. And so that was my free model that I talked about on Wednesday, and like I say, if you want more information on that, go check out the video I did then, which will be further down this page. But the reason I'm coming on today was because I am creating a new service, which is just a 20-minute next step strategy call. And it's for people who are just getting started and who are in that phase of feeling a bit overwhelmed, not really knowing what to do next, having all this kind of information overload. And basically the purpose of it is to spend 20 minutes just chatting about you specifically, your business, and your next step. That's it. Okay, so we'll spend 20 minutes. Before the call itself, I'll ask you a couple of questions about where you are and where you want to be and so on, so that I'm kind of prepared, and we don't waste time on the call itself with that kind of stuff. And then for the call, We literally will just chat about what your next step should be. What should be your next priority? Just one. And that way you can hopefully get rid of some of that noise, some of that feeling of overwhelm, and you just have your next step that you can focus on. So it's just a 20-minute call. It's not like a long-term solution. I'm not promising to, you know, make you 7 figures in 20 minutes or anything like that. It's just simply, we're going to talk about and get really clear on your next step. What do you need to focus on next for your business to move on, for your business to go to the next stage? So if you know anyone who you think that would be helpful for, or if you think it would be helpful for you, then tag them or tag yourself in the comments below, and the next 10 people I will give away that strategy call for free. No strings. I'm not going to try and sell you anything at the end of it or anything like that. It's just completely free. We'll have 20 minutes. We'll chat about what your next step's going to be, help you get really clear so you know where to go from where you are now. That's it. Anyone else who's interested, the cost of the calls normally will be $14.99, so super cheap. I'm really keen on making this manageable for people who are just starting out, because I'm conscious, and I experienced this myself, that when you are looking for support, a lot of it is super expensive. And you know, top level coaching, you know, you're having to kind of fork out thousands of pounds, and if you're just getting started, A, you might not be able to do that, and B, it feels pretty scary because you're already feeling completely overwhelmed. So I don't want that. I want this to be a no-brainer. I want this to be easy. $14.99, 20 minutes just to get clear, to bounce some ideas around, and to get clear on your next step. So if that's something that interests you, or if you know someone who's going through what I've just explained, then tag them, tag yourself in the comments below, and let's chat. And that's it. That's all I wanted to say for today. So have a great Friday, have a wonderful weekend, and I shall see you again soon. Bye, take care.